Wisconsin may no longer be the star of the convention, but we are a major player in the election. And there's a new fight to make sure that every ballot cast in Wisconsin gets counted. Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul filed suit today against the U.S. Postal Service over mail slowdowns. The fear is those slowdowns are deliberate moves by the Trump administration to snarl the mail-in ballot system. Also today, the nation's Postmaster General said he will halt some of the operational changes until after the election. Critics say those moves are causing the slowdowns. Also, Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett announced the city will install more than a dozen drop boxes to make it easier for voters to get their absentee ballots turned in before Election Day. Joining us live right now, Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett. Mayor, just how easy can the city make it for somebody who gets an absentee ballot in the mail to make sure it gets in by the deadline?
Well, as hard as President Trump is going to be working to make it difficult for people to vote, we're going to do what we can legally to make sure that people can exercise their right to vote in our democracy. And we've been fortunate because we, along with 4 other cities in the state, Racine, Kenosha, Madison, and Green Bay, have all received grants that will allow us to purchase lock boxes so that individuals, once they've voted early, can have a place to deposit that vote to make sure that it can be counted. And so you've got the president on the one hand making statements really denigrating the U.S. Postal Service, I think, to try to persuade people not to use it. We're trying to make sure that people have the right to vote and they can use their right to vote.
If somebody wants to vote in person on Election Day, what do you think that's going to look like in November? Will we have a normal number of walk-in polling places, or will it be something less than normal?
It will be the normal number. We had 168 in the primary last Tuesday, and we anticipate having that number, maybe give or take 1 or 2 in the November election. But keep in mind that we have seen a really seismic shift in how people vote. Prior to the April election, we probably had roughly 70 to 80% of the people who voted in person and 20 to 30% of the people who voted absentee. I think you're going to see that flipped entirely on its head, with 70 to 80% of the people voting absentee and just 20 to 30% voting in person. But we will have what I've always described as a marriage between our health department and our election commission to make sure that those individuals who want to vote at the polls on November 3rd will be able to do so in a very safe fashion.
All right, Mayor Barrett, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tonight during the Democratic National Convention.